What's up, family? Miss Ward, winding down my Sunday, leaving the island, taking care of one of my customers here on the island. Actually, one of my favorite customers. But anyway, headed in, got one last customer, and then I'm in for the night. That's what it's about, getting it in. Figured I'd give you guys a little view. Getting ready to go over the bridge into Palm Beach and do what we do. Yep. Just relaxing. Just relaxing. Y'all need to come down and visit. So, today I want to talk about perseverance. You know, sometimes, like I said in my other video, you got to move in silence. You know, a lot of people that back me and have my back, and I'm really blessed because I run into issues just like everybody else. I want to send a shout out to Taylor Gaines, a special shout out to Taylor, special shout out to my sisters and to Quentin, because, you know, when I'm ready to let me tell you, the first person I call when I'm ready to give up is Quentin. Quentin be like, keep at it. You're doing good. Keep at it. Thank God for Empire Appliance Repair. You know, I give props to people because I understand that you can't make it out here on your own. If you get out here with a big head and think you got it under control, you're going to learn you don't have nothing under control. And life got a way of showing you, so you have to stay consistent. Think I want to be out here all day on a Sunday? No, I actually want to go lay down somewhere. But there are things that I have to keep at it. There are things I have to focus on, and I have to continue to be vigilant and continue to work the craft. I got so many jobs at this point. I'm trying to get in other jobs early just so I can make room to get the other ones done and to do those well. And people are like, that's a good thing. Yeah, it's a good thing when you feel confident in your technical abilities and your team's technical abilities and things of that nature. But at the end of the day, it's no fun paying for a misdiagnosis, you know, where you got to buy parts for mistakes and things of that nature just to keep the customer happy. And it happens every day. So you got to make sure that all the good outweighs the challenges. But without the challenges, you don't learn. And I think that a lot of people think they're going to get out here and skate. I'm going to tell you right now, don't do it. It's not good for you. You know? There are a couple of ways that you can get out here and get it without running into a lot. But those ways, you better have your systems in place. And you can actually scale it. You know, there's some that I've mentioned in the past. I'm not going to keep mentioning because I'm actually working on some of them myself. So much for throwing pearls before swine. Dennis, thank you for the shout out and checking on me today. I appreciate it. Casey, thank you for always checking on me. You know, there's people out here that's always looking out, and I appreciate that. And I spend a lot of time in my videos saying thank you, because I think that's one thing that we don't say enough of and actually mean it. Because you don't know, you're not promised tomorrow, you're not promised today, you're not promised. You know how many accidents I see on the road traveling the way I do? And every time I see one, I'm like, 5 minutes earlier, that could have been me. At the end of the day, that's a fact. So y'all need to understand, on this Sunday, take the time to to kiss your wife, kiss your kids, kiss your husband. Let people know they're important. You know, before I came out here, I had a job this morning down in Pembroke Pines, and then I had to stop back by my house because my mother, you know, she wasn't feeling well. She told me to bring her some cough medicine and some chicken soup and blah, blah, blah. And you know, the thing about my life is that I come from good stock. You know, I come from a group of strong women who had to carry, you know, to be true matriarchs, you know, with no support system. So it's nothing for me to get out here and do it. Just like I told you guys in the other video, you know, if back in the day, you know, these sisters would be out here picking cotton, dropping babies, and then keep picking cotton. Come on, man. I'm just saying. The reality is, I don't think anybody understands how blessed they are with their opportunities here in America. And the beautiful thing is, I don't want to be in any other country, because opportunity is what I make it. I listen to so many podcasts. I listen to so many people who are successful because they apply themselves. Some fake, some real. But at the end of the day, you got to figure out who you going to be. You got to figure out what works for you. And then you got to make your moves. You know, not everybody's meant to be an entrepreneur, but that don't mean you can't invest. That don't mean you can't be an angel investor. Because I'm going to tell you right now, there's some people I know that the more I make, the more they get. Because there are people who have really helped me out, you know? And that's why I give credit to people like Taylor. I give credit to people like my sister. I give credit to Q, you know what I'm saying? Because when I'm at my wit's end, these people keep me going. You know, they remind me of how brilliant, how focused, how phenomenal I am, even when I forget. That's called a blessing, you know? A lot of times we got to maintain our blessings. We got to realize how blessed we really are. And sometimes you just got to step back and take a breath. Readjust. Remember, you at a crossroads. This is not a crisis. It might look like one, but it's simply a crossroads. I'm going to have to get that to T.D. Jakes because I snatched that one out of one of his sermons. But at the end of the day, I want everybody to stay vigilant. I want you to stay focused. I want you to stay true to you. And I want you to not give up on you. Many years ago, I was in a seminar with Louise L. Hay. And anybody that know anything about Louise L. Hay, she did this phenomenal book called You Can Heal Your Life. And she deals with affirmations and things of that nature. Really brilliant woman. And she had this tour called You Can Do It Tour. And I went to go see Susie Orman in Atlanta. And I met all these phenomenal people. I met Dwayne Dyer, Deepak Chopra. I mean, in person, which is crazy because I was like 22, 23. I was in Atlanta in college, things of that nature. And I have always had the thirst to be better. I knew there was something better and more for me in life. And I've worked on this for years. This is a constant process. So I'm telling all of y'all, just keep working at it, you know what I mean? And get the naysayers and the negativity out of your head. If that means you got to go to yourself and do that, that's what you got to do, because that's what I do. I spend a lot of time alone because first you have to do is deal with your negative self-talk. You got to deal with that stuff in your own head, the stuff that, you know, because the hardest person to convince in the world is you. That's what people don't realize. You fighting that enemy within yourself, you know, every day that's telling you can't do it. Every time you run into a challenge, y'all know in the back of your mind, you be like, you know what, we all go through it. But at the end of the day, you can have your pity party, but then, you know, dust yourself off and get up and do it again. Just do it better. Just look back and say, what could I have done better? And I constantly do that with myself. Every day I learn something, you know. I walked into that house today. I was like, okay, I'm looking for the traditional leaks on the LG. I'm thinking, okay, it's an LG, so you know how LG get down, you know? LG is always leaking at either the hot water valve or one of the hoses or the boot. Well, guess what? As I'm looking through it and doing my diagnosis, I look up and see the hole in the boot. I'm like, yay! Well, guess what? You know, I thought I inspected it earlier. And then I took a second look and the hole showed itself. So at the end of the day, that's what I mean. You got to be on it. You got to stay on it. You can't give up. But how would I get better as a tech if I don't have those hands-on experiences on my own, you know, and get confident and stay confident? That's the name of the game, y'all. But with that, I'm going to sign off because I got one last stop. And I'm going to get to that stop and I'm going to call it a day. Because remember, y'all, we too blessed to be stressed. You better know this. To all my solid steppers, you know what I say. Keep stepping and represent. Be blessed and enjoy your week.